Now it's streaming. Let me make sure it's working though. Okay, yeah, it's working. Wait, no, hold on. Wait. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like, it's great to hear that your company's going so well. It's great, and it's also not so great because I was hoping. So when I talked to, by the way, like I don't know, like it's live streaming, so like just be mindful of like if you don't want to say any names, then don't say any names. Um, but I was talking to this angel investor yesterday, or well, yeah, let's call him an angel investor. But he was saying one advice that he gave me was we really need a business guy. But right now it's just me and my friend Rick, and we're both engineers. We're both engineering types. Um, and then he was telling me all these things, like we need to know certain numbers to be able to make a more persuasive pitch, a more effective pitch. We need to know certain numbers. We need to know like exactly who our market is, exactly what our product is, how big is that market, how much revenue do we need to sustain ourselves if we have, like, say, if we hire another engineer, if we hire another person, how much do we need to become profitable? How much does it cost to make the robot? How much can we sell it for? Like so many business details, which only made me realize more that maybe it's time to like look for help. It's just been me and Rick, so I was thinking like who could help us with business, and like you came to mind because you're a serial entrepreneur and you've tried so many companies. So I mean, you've gotten so much good experience like with entrepreneurship and business. So I was hoping that maybe you'd be interested. But
Oh, cool. I'm flattered. Thank you. Like we said sometimes before. Like I believe we will work together
I hope
sometime.
so.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
I hope
be
so.
really cool. I
Yeah.
honestly think that. Like right now, like you said, I'm totally full loaded with this work on this robot.
Yeah,
But like I have some time to help you guys with some specific stuff that you need.
that'd be
But
great. Yeah.
like you are not the first like developer friend that came to me like asking for advice about how to work with this about this business. Like, do I need a business guy? How do I do that?
Yeah.
And kind of stuff. And what I always say is that I don't think you need a business guy in the beginning, because like this kind of stuff that you said, like calculate the market and maybe see how much revenue you need, this actually are very trivial and simple. Like one afternoon you googling a little bit some articles and you figure out how to do this on a spreadsheet. That's like you should not worry about having a co-founder because of that.
Yeah.
What you need is a sales guy. That's the most important thing that you need. Like if you want to bring someone else to the table,
Yeah.
your team,
Yeah.
you need to have someone that will be selling this for everyone, like selling for investors, selling for customers, selling for partnerships, and selling for potential employees. So you need
Yeah.
a sales guy, not a business guy. The other financial stuff, like you don't need to worry about that right now.
Okay.
It's easy to figure out.
Don't you think you can make the same argument for the sales guy too? You can just say like, even as engineers, us two, me and Rick, like we could still. I mean, we're not the most effective talkers, speakers, but we can still make pitches to investors. We can still make pitches to our friends. We can still do all that stuff. So I guess what I'm asking is like what does the sales guy bring to the table that we couldn't as well? Is it just the full-time aspect of it? He's doing it full-time, and we're doing the engineering and building of the product full-time. So he has like all day to just talk to people and try to sell it.
No, you definitely can sell. You definitely can do this yourselves. But like I think it's a lot harder to be a good salesman than to be like a financial guy and this kind of stuff. When you talk about a big corporation, it's very hard to be a financial guy. But I'm talking about a little startup, so it's a lot harder and like selling stuff, man. Like that's mainly what I do, and it's tough. You need a lot of energy, and you need to receive no every day, and you need to have a lot of discipline. So it's not like a pleasure.
Yeah.
Very pleasure job. That's
Yeah.
why I think like a sales guy that's very good at it, that likes it, that has like this personal talents, brings a lot to the table. Because you guys that are engineers, every time that you need to sell, you
Yeah.
will prefer to go back to coding. Like
Yeah.
you find a lot of excuses to go back for coding and not
Yeah.
selling,
Yeah.
because it's a lot comfortable and a lot more fun to
Yeah.
code and develop the product and sell. That's why like you have a guy that is very committed and it's good at sales and he likes it. It goes a long way.
Huh. Okay. All right. Well, okay. First, since the streamers don't know, would you mind if I plug your or just give them context about what your company is?
Sure,
Okay.
no problem.
Well, Renan's a friend that I met a long time ago on the Microsoft campus. You remember that? That's where we met.
Yes.
I forgot what the event was. But anyway, he started this company, which looks great. It's called Duo Automation. Duo Automation. Well, here, let me pull up the video that you sent me. But they make robots too. But they make giant industrial robots for sugarcane mills, sugarcane farms, sugarcane mills,
Turkey meals.
and they're doing great. I don't know, like if you want any of this business detail exposed, but yeah, they're doing great business wise. So I can't blame him for wanting to grow the company, and they have like infinite potential. Well, maybe not infinite. There's a cap to the market, but yeah, I mean they're doing great. But let's see, like, so maybe you can offer us like, I don't know, like some advice, then maybe some business related advice. So basically, right now, I don't know if like how much you know about the product, RunMyRobot, but basically, it's right now it's a robot on wheels. It's about the size of like this, about like a small dog, I guess. It can talk to you. You can see what the robot's seeing, and some ideas that we've had for this. Like we can do tons of things with this. You can put this in an open house if you're a real estate agent, and then prospective buyers of that house, prospective buyers can see the house from like across the world, and they can move in it and things like that, and maybe it'll increase conversion rates for these real estate agents. We can have them just be domestic and social robots. They run around in your house, like you're cooking dinner, the robot's like just rolling around. It's talking to you. It's asking you like what you're making. In Asia, in China and Korea, there's this huge trend happening right now. It's called mukbang in Korean, but what it is people are streaming themselves eating dinner. Like these people are, I don't know, 20 somethings. They live by themselves, and they're live streaming themselves eating dinner, and other people can tune in. And so it's sort of like you're virtually eating with these other people, or maybe it's just like maybe the viewers get sort of like it's like food porn. You're watching somebody eat something delicious, and it makes you want to eat it too. So it can be sort of like that, but to the next step, meaning like now you're not just eating in front of a webcam. The webcam actually moves and it talks to you. We plan to like imagine if we put a robotic arm on the robot. Imagine like the doors that would open up. Like you could tell the internet like, hey internet, I'll pay you $1 if you clean up my floor. There's all these like papers on the floor. Use the arm, move around my room, pick up these papers off the floor. I'll give you $1. And then you can kind of like on Twitch. I don't know if you're familiar with Twitch.tv, but
Yeah.
people donate money all the time to each other. So it'd be similar to that. You can donate money to the viewers for performing tasks with the robot. They pick up papers off the ground, or the viewers can tip to the owner of the robot for like doing something like you say, like, hey, write my name on the board, or hey, do a dance in front of the camera. And then if you do, maybe the viewers would like to tip you for doing that. And then like way off in the future, like one day we want to also have this technology support like flying robots, like drones. Imagine having a drone like being controlled by the internet, so you can like you're in New York City and you have a drone and you tweet out to all your friends. You say like, I'm in New York City, I'm gonna fly my drone. You can control it live, and then they can connect to it live, and they could hover that robot next to you, and they could even talk to you. So imagine if a drone could like actually talk to you. And then like even more in the future, like imagine if we could put like a GoPro, or like imagine if GoPros can live stream and we can connect them to our website, or not GoPros, but like a small robot with a camera that you can attach to like your head or something when you're surfing or skiing or something. And then like it can talk, so they can move the camera, they can see where you're going, and they can say like, oh, go left or go right or do this jump or something like that, all live. But right now, I mean, that's way off in the future. That's the grand vision. But right now, we're calling them like social domestic robots. You place one of them in your home, and it moves autonomously. It's really creepy, actually. It's really amazing. Like when Rick showed me that he invented it, when he showed me it, like it's really surreal. It made me think like, holy crap, is the world already at this point when we have these like autonomous robots? Because right now, like the rest of the world is trying to create robots with artificial intelligence. They're trying to use machine learning algorithms or whatever it is. But here we have a simple robot that behaves autonomously, and that's because we're using crowdsourced intelligence. The internet's controlling these robots. But what the effect is, you put it in your room, it moves autonomously, it's smart. You can say, hey, go to the bathroom or whatever, and it'll figure it out, and it'll talk to you. It says funny things. Actually, it says a lot of profane things right now. I mean, it's the internet. What do you expect? It says a lot of crazy stuff. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm
that's
playing with it right now. I think it's very, very cool, like this concept of controlling someone else's robot. Like, it's very interesting.
yeah. Imagine if we put the
It's on your house or it's on your friend's house?
say that again.
It's on your home or your friend's house?
It's one's in my home, and then one is in my friend Rick's house, and we have a few more that are deployed in different people. Different people are testing the robot right now.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so here, like imagine, I really like this idea. Imagine if we could put a robotic arm on the robot, and it could shoot balls, like ping pong balls, into like hoops that we set up.
Cool.
Like then like the internet can try to cooperate together. Like one person could be controlling the wheels, one person's controlling the camera, one person's controlling the arm, and like cooperate to try to play like robot basketball. Or you could like even feed your pet from work by using the robotic arm. You can watch your pet from work. That's a big market too, I think. Like a lot of people, like when they go to work, their pet sits alone at home for like 8, 9, 10 hours, doing nothing.
The dog is interesting.
Yeah. So imagine if you could at least check in remotely on your robot. You can see it. You can talk to it. You could even like play fetch or feed it from work. So that's another avenue.
I think some like close application that people are doing are these like that conference robots, you know?
Yeah.
Like they put an iPad on a like rolling
Yeah.
thing that can control and see around and this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Those things
But
cost.
that's one kind of application, right?
That is one application, but the reason why we've avoided it is because what is it?
Probably.
Beam. Well, I mean, there are existing companies that are bigger, and I mean, one is Beam. That's a big company, and they're doing that teleconferencing robots, they call it, but it's a giant. I mean, it's a lot bigger than our robot, and it's only for one purpose, which is for teleconferencing. Ours is more of a social robot. It's more like it's like Facebook in a robot. It's like you let people. It's a social network in a robot. You let people into your house, kind of. Where teleconferencing is really meant for like one specific person to connect into the meeting, and they cost like the robots cost like $2,000. They're very expensive. Ours is very cheap. Ours is $250.
Uh-huh.
So it's a different market, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think the thing is, like you, it's not necessarily need to be a problem that you are solving, but you need to figure out who is willing to pay, not necessarily more, but like is really interested in paying. So you said about the home market, right?
Yeah,
The guy that's that can show a house, or
yeah,
this idea about pets, about tweets. So this is the different hypothesis that you need to start testing and see which of these groups are more interested in your product.
mm.
It's hard to guess, like to know. You need to offer it for this different kind of people, because
Yeah.
they're very distinct groups of people, right?
Yeah.
And see how they react, like who reacts with more enthusiasm.
Okay, that's a good idea. I mean, I should at least test the real estate agent demographic, and I know one person that might want to. Yeah, that's a good point. I should at least test these markets instead of just theorizing about them. Another thing that that I was thinking about. I mean, so right now our company, it's just two people. I'm living off of my savings, and I feel like we're not developing the product fast enough. So I felt like I was in this like tricky balance between like me developing the product slowly, and then also trying to get money somehow, whether it's like friends and family or whether it's angel investors, trying to raise some money, Kickstarter maybe, I don't know, so that we can hire more engineers, so that we have more throughput, so that we can improve the product, so that we can make better pitches, more effective pitches. So it's like this catch-22. It's like we need to raise money, but to raise money, we need a better looking product. At least everything looks very ugly right now. The robot looks ugly. The website looks ugly. So we need to improve that to make a more effective pitch. But to improve that, we really need like engineering help. Like we need to hire an engineer or something. I don't know. Get some help so that we can improve it faster. So it's like this tricky balance.
Sure. For me, it's like the thing I said, like finding the segment that is more enthusiastic about this. It comes first from everything else, because like even continuing developing your product, like for each way, like you do it like it's very colorful with like protections around so it can hurt people and play at your home safely, or we will build something like cameras in high definition so you can see the house inside and all these details. You will invest in speed, or you invest in safety. You make it big or make it small. You can know that. Like you will develop you cannot develop this product until you know for whom are you developing it. What are they looking for? So there are a lot of decisions product wise that you need your customer first so you can figure out the answers.
What do you think about the idea in itself? Like when I told it to you, I don't know, like did it spark any kind of idea? Like what do you think about the product? Do you think honestly it can be a legitimate business, legitimate company?
The first time you sent me this, like I think it was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I really I really liked it. I think it's fascinating. I'm playing with this right now. It's very cool, this concept. Like I'm controlling a physical thing in the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
It's very cool. This concept is very
Well,
cool.
check this out, Renan. Hold on. Give me one second. Check this out. I'm gonna turn on the robot in my room, and then you can actually the robot in my house is called Zombie Zip. If you can find it, hold on, you'll be able to see it. Yeah. So if you go to Zombie Zip, you can probably like see me through both cameras,
Yeah, I'm seeing your
and
legs.
like you could even like say something in in the chat, and they'll say it out loud.
Hey, your legs.
I don't know. I didn't get that.
Hi. Test.
Yeah, if you type something in the chat, it says it out loud. So a lot of people join. We've had a pretty good exposure. We got to like number one on some subreddits, like the robotics subreddit, the controllable webcam subreddit. We got to number 4 on Hacker News. So we got a lot of good exposure, and a lot of people know about it. So the traffic has steadily increased. So now like there's almost always somebody controlling the robot. So it's great. Like you just turn it on and it starts moving, and there's always somebody controlling it. I mean, another thing that we were thinking about. I mean, we don't want this to be a hardware company. Rather, we want it to be like a social, like a platform for other people. They can build their own robots. They can buy our robots if they want. They can follow our instructions or whatever. But they can also build their own robots. They can connect it to our platform, and then they'll have access to our network of users, and all of our features like tipping, donating money, like things like that. So really, it's the software side that we're. Something's gonna flip over. But it's really the software side that we want to focus on, not so much the hardware. I mean, the hardware side we can try. I mean, like if we were to, it would be more like a flash in the pan kind of like, have Chia Pets were a thing, or like Pet Rock was a viral thing. We can sell it as like a viral hardware product. Like, look, you can put this cute robot, and we'll make it look cute. We'll make it look like a bunny or a spider or something. I don't know, something funny. Like you can put this thing in your house. Like, how crazy is that? And we can try to sell that from that viral angle. But we thought about that, but we decided it's probably better to focus on the platform and on the social network part of it.
What you're saying is
Oh, sorry, you were on mute this entire
the
time.
market of the real estate, for example. So it's some kind of decision that you need to make, depending on what segment you choose.
I see. Sorry, you were on mute, so I don't know if you said anything before, but I didn't hear that. But I heard what you just said though.
Yeah, just saying that these things that you told me about being more a social software and everything, it depends on the segment that you choose. Like maybe it doesn't make sense for the real estate market, like you said. So
Yeah.
that's again go back to like your development follows the customer segment.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But I think it's very interesting, like you focus on the software and not the hardware. Maybe a module and make people let people control their robots, many different kind of robots through the software. It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Anyway, it's tough. Like living on savings, trying to get this to get enough momentum, until we could, well, grow the company. But anyway, do you ever plan on coming back to the U.S.?
Yeah, just another thing that I want
Yeah,
to tell you before that.
yeah.
Uh, what I can say that you probably won't be able to guess which of these path is the best one, which of these customer segments. It's just testing, like talking to a lot of them, making maybe landing pages, maybe kickstart campaigns, and seeing which one people will be more willing to pay, are more interested, and then you go faster. Like I wouldn't spend more money than you are spending right now
Hmm.
before knowing this, because you may need to like change the products a lot and you would be wasting money.
I see. That's a good suggestion. You mentioned Kickstarter campaigns. Like for Kickstarter campaigns, I don't know too much about it, but can you start a campaign and then just kind of ditch it if it doesn't work out? Like I can use that as a sort of market testing tool, right? I can make a Kickstarter campaign for real estate. I can make a Kickstarter campaign for domestic pets and just see which one gains more traction.
I think so, because like usually how it works in Kickstarter, if you don't raise the minimum quote,
You don't have to
your
pay.
goal,
Yeah,
the money goes back to who donated it. So it's I think it's not a problem.
I see. Okay, cool. Um,
And
yeah,
so about me going to the US, uh, I don't know. I don't have a specific plan yet, but I hoping to go soon again.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
for visits right now.
Just just for
Don't have a specific
vacation.
visits, right? Yeah, just for
Yeah,
vacation.
yeah. Well, if you're ever in California, just like let me know. Like, I'd love to hang out again.
For sure.
It'd be a lot of fun. Uh, yeah. All right. Well, I think I don't know. I thought I was gonna have a lot more business questions. I can't think of any right now though. Um,
Like you can feel free, man. Like if you need help about these financial projections and this kind of stuff, feel free to send me like your spreadsheet so I can comment it and help you making it good. No problem at all.
okay. Well, like if you wanted to see a spreadsheet, what are like the important numbers that you would want to see?
Mm, uh, first, like cost to build one robot, and for how much you can sell it. So it's usually like these projections, a lot of numbers that you don't really know if they are true or not. So if you can say like it really cost me like $100 to build it because I already built five and that's how it costs. Like it's for sure that I can build for this cost,
Yeah.
and I can definitely sell it for this price because I already have like
Well,
X amount of people that
we've
already paid it.
we've built like six or seven, and usually the bulk they're around $260, and we've sold only one so far, and we sold that for $260, so we just broke even. But that's only one data point, so I don't
Uh-huh.
know how much those numbers will mean. Probably not a lot.
Yeah, no, the building part is important. Like you know how much you can build it. Maybe you can build a lot cheaper than that when you go with a higher volume, right?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, though, I mean, like, what other information is important? It's like it costs $260 to build it. It cost, I mean, we sold one for $260. Like the operating costs, me and Rick, we're just doing this on our own time, so we're
Yes.
not paying ourselves. There's no salary. We'd like to hire another engineer, or maybe a sales guy after talking to you, and then maybe we'd either give out equity, which in that case it'd be free, they'd be free, um, or maybe we'd want to hire them and pay them a salary. But like, so those are the numbers that I can think of off the top of my head. Like,
Yeah, like the best numbers if you would be a hardware company, for example, would be like not just how much it costs for you to build the robot, but how much does it cost to get a customer, a paying customer? So maybe I need to spend like $20 on AdWords and I can get a paying customers, or my or acquisition channels are blogs and Twitch. Like I can sell the robots on Twitch by making sponsorship for the channels of gamers. I don't know. So this kind of stuff. Like how much does it cost to get a paying customer is usually one of the most important numbers, because you can know if you can scale and sell more if you put more money. So like you supposedly you can sell it for $400. You know you can build it for 250. So you have $150 of margin at first. But how much does it cost to get a paying customer? Maybe $50 on advertising. So if you can prove that you can repeatedly spend $50 on advertising and get a paying customer to give you $400, so you can scale the company. Okay, if I put $50,000, I will sell 1,000 robots and I will get $100,000 of profits.
Well, how would you quantify something like this? So the way that we got our first customer is we traveled around the United States selling these. Like we were actually like robot peddlers. We were selling them even by the bathroom, at fairs. It was like we were like selling I don't know, Bibles or something. But we were just two guys that had a bag full of robots at these fairs, the maker fairs, just showing people the robot and trying to sell it to them. I mean, that's not like we've had one sale like from that entire process. Things like that, it'd be really hard to put a number on, like, because I don't think it's repeatable in that exact same way. I mean, if we could somehow quantify the exposure and that we got from doing that, maybe we can start to be more concrete about things.
It's definitely too early to know these numbers. I'm telling you like the good numbers, but for you right now, it's definitely like too early. It's like if you get a successful Kickstarter campaign, so basically it's all the numbers you need, like X number of people contributed, I raised Y thousand amount of dollars. So right now it's something like that. These indications of traffic, maybe the traffic on your website and how many people are engaging with this product.
I see. Huh. All right. Have you ever run a Kickstarter campaign?
No, I never did it.
What did you say? He said eBay. Sell them on eBay. Yeah, we had an eBay listing, but nobody's bought it yet. And we've bought some Facebook advertisements to drive traffic to the site. Nobody's bought it yet. I mean, what we're thinking right now we just don't have enough content. Like if you go on twitch.tv, there's content all the time. There's good content all the time. Somebody funny is streaming or somebody entertaining is streaming. But for us, we have few robots. We have about 6 or 7 that whenever somebody goes onto the website, we need to increase the likelihood that something interesting will be happening, so that we can reduce the bounce rate, so that they have a reason to stay. So right now, that was our number one priority. So our plan was we're just gonna pay people on Craigslist or anybody that we deem as interesting and we think that might be entertaining for viewers, and we'll pay them like $40 a week to host the robot, just so we can manually build out that initial network of robots. Like maybe if we can have 10 or 20, maybe then it would be we're building that network and we're building that snowball, and soon it's going to start to roll by itself, because other people will see it, they'll come to the website, they'll stay, they'll enjoy it, and they might even want to buy their own robot. So that was our number one priority, building the network by hand right now. Going out.
Yeah, maybe you need like just one crazy story for us to get for it to get like notoriety. You were saying about Twitch. I don't know if you know the story behind Twitch.
No. I mean, I know
Twitch
Justin
was
Kahn. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. So it's before it was Twitch, like it was Justin TV
Yeah.
from this guy named
Justin Kahn, yeah.
And he started Justin TV, like make a live streaming of him. The whole I don't remember exactly, but it was like he never turned it off.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
So it got like a lot of press, a lot of people knew about it. So maybe you just need one really crazy, interesting case of people interacting with this robot that gets a lot of press and start growing. Or maybe you need just one of these cases like Justin TV did.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when Justin Kahn did it, like, he was like the first one in the world to do such a thing. So that's why he probably got a lot of press. But now, like, live streaming is, it's more prevalent. It's everywhere. Twitch. So it's less interesting now. But one way we're trying to differentiate, though, is we are trying to be transparent about every aspect of the business. That's why I'm like live streaming this conversation with you. I live stream myself coding. I live stream all the discussions between me and Rick, all the decisions, everything, because we think that might be interesting content in and of itself. Like, people might be interested to see like what it takes for these two guys to try to start their own company. So that's one reason why we did that, is we thought it would be good marketing, perhaps. Like, it'd be a good story to tell.
You said that it's like it's a lot more common today for live streaming, but it's not common for controlling a robot inside the house of the live streamer.
Yeah.
That it's live streaming. It's not common. So maybe you can appeal or something with that. Like you said, maybe you can meet someone playing something with the robot, like with the ball, and the other guys are watching. People can get on a kill to play or to challenge this guy. There are interesting stuff.
Yeah. So for all of that interesting content to happen, I feel like we're not there yet. Like, we need an arm on the robot, and we need a basketball hoop so we can make a Reddit post and say like, hey, try playing robot basketball. I think that would be a cool Reddit post, and I think that will probably drive a lot of traffic. And then, like, who knows, maybe then that will gain a lot of attention. But it's
you said something that a crazy idea now. Do you know, like, when you go to this like parks, little parks, they have challenge that you win prizes, like trying to shoot the can or throwing a ball in some place, or you get a teddy bear, this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe you do things like the challenge, like if you can use the robot to throw the ball inside this, or to make a goal or something like that, you get a prize. This first person that can do this with the controlling the robot gets this like very cool prize.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a sponsorship for this prize, because the branding will get attention from all the live streaming. So it's constantly live streaming. People is constantly trying to win the prize, and they are seeing like, oh, let's see if this guy is going to win, or I have a chance.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We thought about that. We thought about, or at least this weekend, we were planning to set up a game of robot soccer. So we set up 2 robots, just put a soccer ball, put 2 goalposts in, and like we could even keep track of the score on the website somehow. That'd be cool. I mean, that'd be cool, but it's just the robot pushing a ball around. If there's an arm, I really do think the arm is gonna like help a lot. It's gonna make a big difference, like, because it's completely unique. And even Anyway, like it's completely unique, and I don't know. You can do so many things with that arm. But anyway, I wanted to ask you something. I asked the guy I talked with yesterday, um, the angel investor guy. Uh, but when is it too early, like to look for? How do you know, like when it's too early to look for funding, or when it's like the right time, or even like when it's too late?
I think it's when you prove that someone is interested in paying you for what you have. Like if you when you are definitely have someone interested in what you're building, yeah, you can say like there are these people that pre-ordered, or there are these people that are really we have this huge traffic on our website that people are controlling their robot.
So
So
you think
you need
traffic itself on the website counts? I mean, counts for something. We do have pretty good traffic. How do I like sell that? How do I tell people that? I mean, like that's what we have, and how do I use that to convince people that it's a good idea?
so if you were planning to use it like a platform or a social site, you see like I think people will our thesis is like people want to interact with physical objects inside other people's home. That's like your hypothesis, and we proved that because there are 100,000 people per day that enters on our website and controls robots all over the country, something like that. So you can prove that people are interested in doing this and they are already doing it, and you have constant traffic of people looking to interact with other people in this way.
Okay, I guess what I'm asking is like what's the threshold? Like we have traffic right now. Can I already say like we have, a proof of product, or do we need like a million views, or do we need like 10 million views, or like what's the number?
I really don't know, man. I never had any kind of business in this category, so it's very hard to tell. I don't know the threshold.
Yeah.
Maybe you can find something on Quora about that.
Yeah.
Uh,
And like
I personally don't know.
we've sold one robot, but I still don't know if we can say we have a proof of market. I mean, it's only one data point. So like if I sell 3, then do I have a proof of market, or do I need to sell 100?
If you sell 3 for the same kind of people using the same method, so you have something resembling a repeatable process, it's possible. But if you sold 3 totally random to very different people
Yeah.
using very different methods, you don't know what really is working. But like I sold it 3 times using this method for this kind of people, and I like it's repeatable. You understand?
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Well, I might bother you further in the future for about business questions, business advice, if you don't mind.
No, I don't. I really find your idea interesting. Like you will be on the back of my head thinking of some interesting applications
Cool.
for it, and I will share with you if I can think of something
Thanks,
else.
thanks, man.
And feel free just to ask me whenever you want. I will be very happy to help you.
Thanks, man. Someday, yeah, I really want to work on the same team with you. Like I've had in my mind like this dream team. There's like 10 people in this dream team, and I've always thought you'd be like a great BDR person, or I don't know, sales or whatever you think uh, you would fit in with. But yeah, someday it'd be great.
Thank you, man. I'm flattered. I really think we will work on the same team together someday. It would be awesome.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, maybe Duo Automation will become like a $2 billion company, and you'll be like sitting in the skyrise in like San Paulo, like in the penthouse, and then maybe I can like bring in your mail for you or something. Or or maybe Run My Robot will
We'll be
be
on the
maybe Run My Robot will
we'll
be
be
a huge
keep
company, and then we can
keep
work together
building
on that.
these interesting robots, and we will build robots together.
Yeah, I mean we both are in the robot space, right? So we share something.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe there'll be synergy opportunities in the future. That'd be cool. Yeah, who knows? There may
Yeah, for
be.
sure.
There may
We
be.
already have some similarities there.
Yeah. Someday, man, we'll be celebrating together on a yacht, and
I believe that.
there'll be like Christmas lights. There'll be rain. I always say this. Like I'm sure people are sick of me here saying this. There'll be rain, Christmas lights, spiral staircase, jazz music. We're in suits. Ladies are in dresses, and all of our friends and family, all of the people, all of the faces I've ever met, that I've ever crossed paths with in my life, are there, and we're all celebrating something big, and yeah, and yeah, we'll be there together, and
Cool. That's
hopefully we're
also a
celebrating an IPO. That'd be
very
great.
clear dream and vivid image on your mind. Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you go. I'm sure like you have to eat dinner or something. Um,
Cool, man. That was a pleasure talk to you. Let's talk more often. I
yeah,
want to hear
definitely,
about
definitely.
the progress on your project.
No, I'll definitely bother you about some detail or another. I'm sure of it.
I'm totally available, man.
Okay. Cool.
Would be fun. For me, this kind of talk is fun.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll
Okay.
talk to you again.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you,
All
man.
right.
Have a good day then.
Have a good night. See ya.
Bye bye.
Sorry, guys. I know that was cheesy. The whole yacht imagery, whatever. I started it and I was like, "Fuck! I can't back down. I should just dig into it further." And then, like 80% through it, I was like, "Fuck! I kind of want to bail on this description, but because it's so, I don't know. I'm thinking too much about it. Nobody cares. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you and fuck me." That's the slogan of our company. Fuck you and fuck me. Run my robot. Run my robot. Fuck you and fuck me. All right. Well, I'm gonna uh make some lunch or something. I don't know. I'll be back later.